Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Guys, this stuff gotta stop. This drama between DNA and Sexio, it doesn't make any sense, and I really think it's non-productive. Let's just squash it. I mean, it doesn't need to be like it's stupid. You know, if we can't get together and get along with each other, then I'd rather you guys just not speak to each other. You know, through streams or anything else. I mean, the drama is unnecessary. I mean, let's just not do it. It doesn't have to be this. I mean, you know I'm right. Let's not do this. Really. I mean, that's what people want. I mean, this is what people want. They tune into YouTube just to see us go at each other. And we're giving them what they want. Do we really want to do this? Do we really want to keep sniping at each other? It really doesn't make any sense, you know? And I don't care what anybody say, because I know Didi to be a good person. He make sure everybody makes mistakes, but nobody is perfect. No one. And the sooner we get that, the better off we all will be. I mean, you guys sit there and you snipe at each other, and it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, just make your content. It doesn't have to be exposed videos or anything like that. It does. No. I mean, if you're going to chat and have a nice time in the stream, do that. But it doesn't have to be where you're always at each other. Does it really? No. That's what that's what people that's what people get off on. Other people who want to cause trouble, that's what they look for. They look for a cause, and then they chime in on it, and next thing you know, it's all out of proportion. You know, me, I admit I'm not as good as you guys are at streaming, but I just want to get my point across. It doesn't make any sense to just do this. I mean, you guys know better. You guys are good streamers. You guys should use your talent to entertain people, not to hurt each other and go after each other. Does it really make any sense? Does it? I mean, do you really want to spend your time doing that? I mean, if that's what you want to get out of this stream, then that's all you're going to get. Do you really want to literally, do you really want to cause strife and misery where there should be none? Come on, guys. Do you really want to do this? Must you do this? There's nothing there's nothing to actually gain by doing that, is it? There's nothing to actually win. I mean, you guys are good content creators. I don't know why you just don't make your content or pool your talent to make great content. You guys can do so much with this forum, but you choose to use it in foolish ways. Expose videos, drama videos. I mean, why? What are you proving to anybody? What? You're not catching anybody doing anything. You're not really doing anything. except causing misery to other people. I mean, let's let's put our cards on the table, man. We all got families. Do we need this? Do we need this stress? No, we do not. I mean, let's stop this stuff, man. Really, you guys are really too old to be sniping at each other like two kindergartners on the playground. I mean, come on. You guys are getting to be, you guys are adults, and it's up to us to show the kids that are coming up now that we can be mature enough to literally handle our affairs without doing it. Do we have, the thing is, must we? And just because we could, should we? And just because we can do a thing, don't mean we should. Just because we could broadcast and do all this stuff, you know, do we use it responsibly or do we use it to hurt the other person? I mean, you guys, only you guys can answer that question. I can't answer as to your character, but only you guys can answer that question. I mean, what if one day you had a kid? Your kid grows up and he's like 22 years old. He's like the same age you guys are now. And he says, Dad, why did I run across this broadcast of you saying A, B, and C when you always told me to be a good person? You always told me to help when I can. You always told me to try to be above all the drama. But yet I see in your broadcast that you were no better than I was at your age, than I was at your age. So in reality, you're teaching the kid to be just like you. You want him to grow up to have this thing of I'm gonna go after this person because why? I don't like this person. I want to go after this person. Why? Because this person looks different. This person is a different color. Oh, this person is with that person. He's that person's friend, and all that such nonsense. Do you really want your kid to grow up and run across this broadcast and say, Dad, in all honesty, what were you thinking about? Were you in a logical frame of mind when you made this? Dad, I would have expected something more of you. You've always taught me morals and to have a moral compass, to show that I have sense, to show logic and temper my words with mercy. But now I see that to you, Dad, it was just words. It was just meaningless words. And the kid is also going to say, Dad, really, I know this is a saying coming back in your time, but Dad, you should always practice what you preach. You practice, you tell me to be a logical, upstanding person in the community, but and yet in the digital community, you're no worse than the villains you claim to go after. You've become the monster that you're chasing. Do you really want me to know you like this? Do you really want me to look on this broadcast and see a man that spouts hollow words and tells me that I should be a better person and rise above it and I should just not do the things that he does, but then he goes on and does the things over and over again. You know, the definition of insanity is performing the same experiment but expecting a different result. And if I were a betting person, you know, I would have bet that you guys would have come to the conclusion by now that you guys should not do that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you guys can hate me, you guys can like me, whatever. I don't care. It just is what it is. It's reality. We're all living. We're all on this planet together. We all gotta get along. We may not like each other, but we should respect each other as people. But we don't because we're petty and we go after each other without provocation. So so Omni Vampire made mistakes. So Stanley made a mistake. Big deal. It's a mistake. You guys, if you make a mistake and you don't learn from it, then you might as well just not do it at all. I mean, you're making you're making the big mistake now by doing these exposed broadcasts. Why don't you do something meaningful, like make a movie, make a game video, do something. It doesn't have to be always sniping at each other. It's like two pigeons pecking over the same piece of bread, seeing who's gonna get what. It all depends on who's hungrier, what, who's the bigger predator, or I'm hunting this person because I didn't like what he did. So the person who you're hunting made a mistake, or he might have done it on purpose. But is it your business to hunt him? No. Is it? No. Anybody pin a badge on you? No. Anybody strap a gun on you? No. Anybody elected you to a duly appointed office? No. Did anybody deputize any of them? No. But yet and still, you go out after in search of these people, spoiling for a fight. But then when you find one, you want to involve everybody. No. If you want to do that, then you do it by yourself. I won't participate. You know, as far as I'm concerned, do what you will, because as far as it goes, I'm I'm like really not into it, and I'm not gonna mention any names or anything, but I'm gonna say this: hating somebody because of their religion, hating somebody because of the color of their skin, hating somebody period is wrong. But we're humans. We're petty creatures. We're lowly creatures. We're flawed creatures. We're put on this planet to learn, but we didn't learn anything because we're too busy fighting each other. Why? Because even though those of us who are older didn't teach us anything, they just let us run around unchecked and they let us do stuff like this, and they always tell us shouldn't do that, and they're always telling us don't do that, but then they lead by example. They don't lead by example, and they say wow, and they come back to the video playback and they play back that broadcast and they go, do I really sound like that? Did I really look like that? Did I really do that? I can't believe it. But you can't believe it, but it's there. And really, to go after, to call yourself predator hunters and go after people, you know, is just wrong. It's like a digital witch hunt. You're going out in search of a battle which doesn't exist. So you're gonna make one. You're going out in search of a crusade that never existed in the first place. You know, that's what you do. And You don't care, even if there was no crusade to go to start to happen. You guys will start one. Why? Because you're known for doing it, and I've watched you do it for years, and didn't say anything until now. So now I am saying things. You may not want to hear the things that I'm saying, but I'm going to say them. I mean, ever since mankind have been crawling from caves and doing primitive cave drawings, we've been fighting each other, sniping at each other. Why? We don't know. We're, I suppose we're genetically predisposed to do so. But this is what, the 22nd century? We should try to not do these things. We should try to be better people. We should try to not do what what our ancestors did and make the same mistakes. You mean this can't evolve into a planet of insanity. I mean, is this the legacy we really want to leave the next generation? Is this the legacy that we want the generation to come after them to witness? Really? Is this the legacy that we really want anybody? Do we really want do we really want God himself to look down on us and say, wow, I created a race of men and women that I expected to learn from their time on earth, but didn't learn a thing. And then when we go before him and we say, Father, and he's going to already know what we're going to say. So he's going to probably look at us and he say, I already know. There's no need to explain. It'll be a futile attempt to explain something that we did that knowing that we should never have done, you know? But we're doing it. And we're doing it. Why? Because we're we're just vindictive human beings. We're flawed and we don't care about each other. We just want to go after each other. We want to create battles where there is none. We just want to fight. You know, that is what we're here for. We're we just want to fight, and if there's no battle, we'll just find one elsewhere, either here on Earth or we'll go out there and start it. I mean, what? What? Are you going to prove people like? Are you going to prove other people like um what is that guy Darwin? The guy who researched our evolution, you're going to prove him wrong that we've evolved into intelligent human beings? Yes, we're very intelligent. Yes. But do we use our intelligence wisely? No. Because we took a broadcast medium that we should have been using to further our minds and help ourselves to, you know, do good things. We took it and we created digital battlegrounds where there should be none. We made friends into enemies. We made enemies into friends, and we basically didn't learn anything from the previous wars that came before us. We learned nothing from those people who fought in those wars except how to fight. Generations and generations upon war. That's what we're good for. Do we want to really do? No, we don't. Do do I want to tune in and listen to the tripe? No, I don't. And I'm just going to say, yes, I was in your broadcast, Dixio. I was in there. I saw nothing of value there. That's why I left. There was nothing self-redeeming or anything. There was nothing incriminating about it, about Didi or anything in there. I looked. I waited long enough, you know. And just because you don't see me, don't mean I'm not there. And just because I don't type in on your broadcast, don't mean I'm not there. I mean, I just simply watch and listen and learn, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn from people. And I've learned from watching you lot that you guys seek battles where there is none. Even if it's fighting amongst yourselves, whether it's fighting a common enemy, you guys will band together and fight. If it's fighting one on one, you guys will fight. Why? Because you enjoy it. You enjoy the drama. You enjoy the turmoil. There is no peace for you. Like like a a guy said, there can be no peace in our time. Why? Because there's no peace because we don't make peace possible. You people make peace impossible because all you do is you label yourself self-appointed policemen and you go around goose stepping across the internet, just trampling over other people's civil rights as you go along. You don't care. You don't give a tinker who you step on as long as you find a battle to fight. Is it really necessary? No, it is not. No, I do not need moderators in this broadcast. Why? Because I know that I'm right. And if people don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But then I'm gonna say, it must be true because you turned away from it. Oh, it must be true because you took offense to it. It must be true because no matter what you do, we are all genetically predisposed to wreak havoc upon each other. That's what we do. That's what our parents did. That's what the people before them did, dating all the way back to Neanderthal man. We couldn't fight each other, so we fought the dinosaurs. We couldn't fight the dinosaurs anymore because we evolved into intelligent man. So we started fighting each other across the globe with missiles, and then we started with the digital wars, who can make the better computer and who can do this with a television set, who who has the right to nobody has the right to police the internet. And I'm gonna tell you that right now. This medium is not a right, it's a privilege given to us by the company, given to us by the streaming app. No one is guaranteed an account on here. We all made accounts to use the forum, you know. But it all depends on how we use it. Whether we use it for warfare, like you guys, we can make movies. Yeah, of course. We can do shopping videos, cooking segments. I mean, even if you're just taking a ride in the car and shooting a video, I mean, hey, as long as you're not doing anything wrong, don't worry about it. But when you digitally infringe upon other people's rights to entertain themselves, no matter how they do it, hey, here you go. I mean, that that's basically it. Yeah, I was in the broadcast. I'm not going to deny it. I don't care who saw me. Yes, I was there. I was there to see what was going on. I was there to see what I was there to see what was going on. I was not there to participate in some kind of lynch mob or some kind of witch hunt. You know, I don't do barrelhead. I don't do drumhead trials or anything like that. This is not the French Revolution. We're not at the Palace Versailles where we're gonna brand courtesans and take off somebody's head because we don't like them, or line them up against a wall and shoot their bodies full of arrows and hang their dead corpses on crosses in the yard for ravens to peck at. I mean, all that stuff went out with the Dark Age, you know. But I can see thinking in that term, thinking that way hasn't went out in the Dark Ages because you people still think like that. I mean, and it's not the little kids, that we have around now. They're gonna grow into adults someday. We don't want them thinking like us. We want them to be better than us. But then how can we teach them to be better than us when we were no better than the generation that came before us, and they were no better than the generation that came before them? Come on, guys, you know better. Shouldn't have to tell you these things, you know. But you know how they say truth hurts, and any which way you slice it, there's no one in the right. As far as I'm concerned, you're wrong, and everyone that thinks like you and forever finds battle across the digital plane is wrong, because no one, the digital plane does not belong to just anyone. We use it, yeah. It's a tool like anything else. Whether it's good or bad, it's how we use it, how we use technology. But then, hey, how can we claim to use technology responsibly when we have so many witnesses to the contrary? I mean, we have people like these teenagers in Japan who created this Momo thing and had little kids committing suicide, mutilating themselves. Do we really want? Do we really need that? Why? For shock value? Yeah, you can get that for you can open a can of tuna fish on the air and get that. I mean, if you really want to know, but you can do a cooking segment, and you get the same result. But no, you guys aren't doing the cooking segment. You guys aren't even doing a Bible segment. You guys are just arguing back and forth across the digital plane. That's it. That's all you guys are doing. You're not catching anybody. You're not putting anybody in jail. You're not doing God's work. Don't try to hide behind the facade that you're always right. Because the way I see it, it takes two to fight. And if you both stop, I guarantee you, this drama will stop. If 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 everybody that does drama stop, I guarantee you, and just concentrate on your content, everything will stop. There will be no more fighting. There will be no more. I'm gonna go after this person because I'm gonna do this because this guy's my friend. I'm gonna do this, And I didn't do this for one person. I did this to express an opinion of what I seen, what I heard, and what I know to be true. I mean, you people want to do that? That's fine. That's fine. You do this. Do this. Go ahead. Go after each other. Call yourself predator hunters, digital policemen, digital goose, digital, you know, jackbooted thugs. Goose step across other people's rights. You know, do that. And fabricate evidence. That's what you do, and use it to hurt other people. Now I can tell you, Omni Vampire, DD Live Studio, and my friend Tara. They are not bad people. Not. They're good young people, and I'm sure as you are a good young person. But, and I emphasize but, you guys have got to learn. You can't talk together and coexist, then to leave each other alone. You know? Just go about your business and concentrate on your content. You know? Don't make life hard for the other person. You know? Don't do that. That's not a nice thing to do. It really isn't. Find get with your friends, make a movie, do something fun for a change. You know, get 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 your friends together and hold video game tournaments and like stream them. You know, do something constructive, not destructive. This is mentally destructive and non-productive for you. Not a healthy thing to do. I guarantee you. But look who I'm looking at. I'm looking at the face of insanity. Mankind that going to its baser instinct. We're gonna fight because that's what we do. We're gonna be here for billions of years and we're gonna fight no matter what. And then Lord knows what the next generation will do. They'll probably be fighting with starships instead of digital realms and bombing other planets and destroying other sentient life everywhere. But then what's the difference? We'll never be around to see it because we're too busy killing each other off. And the funny thing about it is, you know, and I emphasize the word funny because it is funny. Um, you guys don't know that you're really committing unhealthy acts to each other. You know, to young people, intelligent. You guys should pool your talents and do. You can do great things if you try. But alas, there is no effort being made to broker peace, where the two warring parties are too embroiled in their own self-indulgent, selfish ways to make peace. There is no way. There was no way for peace. There will never be peace in our time. Never. Why? Because we have people such as these. You know, it's well, people say it's brave to fight, but I believe it's braver just to walk away from the fight. The best way to dodge a punch is not to be there. The best way to start a fight is not to be there. You know, you guys can't talk to each other civilly like normal people. Don't. You guys can't coexist like normal people and work together. You don't have to work together, but just learn to coexist. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be exposed and do this and that. You know, the key word is coexist. Do you really want people to see you as, oh, I'm going to side with this guy because I think he's right. And I'm going to side with this guy because he thinks, no. I have friends now that's going through the same stuff you guys are going through. Why? Because one person thought he was right, and that person thought he was right. So they can't get along. And then you got people who egg them on and cause trouble. You know, oh, I think I found this on this guy. Oh, I know that about that guy, and I think I'm going. Yeah, a lot of people carry bones. A lot of people cause a lot of drama. But does it do anybody any good? Like I always say, we're people. But then when we're gone, who's gonna mourn us? Who's gonna mourn the dead? When we after we all get finished killing each other, who's gonna be alive to say, "Oh, I should have did it that way. Oh, we could have done it that way." Who's gonna learn from our mistakes if we keep doing that? Does anybody know? No. Nobody will be here. Why? Because we've been doing this for millions of years. We've been doing this since we were cave people. We only thing that only thing that developed about the fighting is that now we don't have to have contact with each other. We can do it digitally. You know, we can wreak havoc over the digital plane, and there's nothing that anybody can do to us because nobody knows who we really are. And even if they did, who cares? Why? That's what I want to know. But nobody can answer my question. It's a sad, sad, sad thing. Oh, what brave world! Oh, what a world! What a brave new world that we live in. To have such people in it, such people that are capable of great intelligence, great technical know-how, and all we can do with it is fight each other. If that's the case, then we might as well not have it. We can't use it properly. We might as well not have it. I mean, we use computers for everything. I mean, computers to watch TV, computers to generally bank, computers to drive our cars, computers to defend the planet. You know, our defenses are based on computers. But all we do is fight with our technology. Technology may get better, but our intelligence may increase. But our general overall attitude, that general proprietary attitude that we express to each other, gets no better with time. It's been thousands and thousands of years, and we still haven't learned not to fight each other. Must we? You know, my mom always says, you know, she says this, and she says, "Son, I sent you to school to learn, not to fight. And if you must fight, fight for a good reason, right? But if you fight for that reason, know that you better know you're right. Even if you win or lose, know that you are right in all that you do. Even if you lose, you'll be a better person than the person that you're up against. Don't become the give me a minute. Right there.